Welcome along, guys. We are just in the middle of a bit of a technical difficulties here, so bear with us whilst we try and get this sorted. We are about to get going for the 100% League, which is going to be starting in just a jiffy. But yeah, just getting everybody in the lobby because we did have a bit of a problem with the cross-play side of things. And yeah, we'll be underway very, very shortly for the first race of the season. And I just need to get one more person in here. So yeah, just waiting for everybody to jump into the lobby. We've got a few more people coming in very shortly, so hopefully they'll be able to get themselves in, and we'll be able to get started for the first time in Brazil, of course, because of course the lovely 100% League is going to be following, well, roughly following the realistic calendar. So yeah, so that is all good, and yeah, we'll be getting underway very shortly once everybody has got in. And we'll be cracking on with the first race of the season. I'm hoping that everybody's almost in here. I can't quite see how many people are left to join in. But yeah, welcome along to the stream. I said we'll get the comments up very shortly. I'm just trying to get everything in the right order. There we go. Oh, and we've got somebody who wants to be our friend. There we go. We'll accept that. We definitely want him in the session, so we'll give him an invite. And there we go then. Lovely stuff. So yeah, we're just missing a couple of people. I think there's going to be a couple of people who are going to be joining a couple of minutes late during the qualifying session. And yeah, we're just waiting for everybody to get themselves in. So I think we're almost there. I think there's a couple of people, like I said, joining in qualifying. And yeah, we'll be ready to get going very shortly. The chat is turned off on the stream. What's that? What does that mean? I'm not quite sure. Okay, well, I have no idea what's going on here then, because I haven't changed anything, and that is annoying. Okay, we'll have to bear with us and whilst we sort some stuff out, but we'll get there eventually. And then yeah, we'll be able to crack on with this first race of the season. We should be getting started very, very shortly. I'm not quite sure why it is not working. I think I know why. But yeah, just waiting for a couple more people to jump into the lobby, and then we'll be underway. Let me just try and see if yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I will just try and see if I can sort that out for you. Where is it? And that is not showing on my YouTube, which is great. But yes, we'll get there eventually, don't you worry. Let me just sort this out, and I'll just jump onto the ALR YouTube and try and get this sorted. And yeah, we should be underway very, very shortly. Give us a few more minutes, and we'll be underway for the first race of the season. We don't want that. We want to change that. There we go. And we'll click save, and that should be done. Good stuff indeed. Right then. We'll come out of that. And like I said, everything should be okay. So we're just waiting for a couple more people to join. Then we've got the race to get going now. But yeah, just waiting for, I think it's, let's have a look and see who it is, and we'll name and shame them, shall we? But we've got a Williams there of Dopey Lemons, who's just joined in, and we've got an Aston Martin missing. That's not good. Who's in the Aston Martin? We thought we had everybody in here, but for Aston Martin especially. It looks like Brooksy is joining well, we did say Brooksy was joining late, that's fine. And the other Haas of ZGS. So yeah, we're just waiting for them to jump into the lobby. Like I said, I will try and get on the stream as well, and hopefully it's working now. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Good stuff indeed. We are here with the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, just waiting for the last couple of people to get into the lobby. Yes, it's yeah, we're just waiting for Brooksy and a couple of others, I think. So hopefully they can get themselves in. Where is the other reserve as well? And why don't I tell you what? Why don't we just invite Dan Murphy as well at the same time? Because I think we've got, like I said, we've got the Haas missing as well. So yeah, there we go. He can jump into the Haas. Good stuff. Right, we'll get going very, very shortly. Bear with us. But yeah, like I said, we're just waiting for a few. Had a bit of a lobby issue getting everything sorted this earlier on. So now we're underway. Let me go back to the lovely stream and look at the comment section on here, and hopefully we've got loads of people's lovely comments coming in. Oh no, we have nothing. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, Dopey Lemons is in now. He can join into the Williams. Good stuff. And of course we've got Dan Murphy hopefully joining as well as Brooksy in the next few seconds. So let's get everyone readying up. We can get going. And we'll be underway very, very shortly. Good stuff. Dan has jumped into the lobby as well. Thank you very much, Dan, for joining us. I think we'll be a full grid once Brooksy, of course, has joined as well. So that will be very nice indeed. Obviously, we want a full grid for the first race of the season at least. So yeah, Dan Murphy there jumping into the Haas car as well. Very nice indeed. So yeah, we'll be able to crack on now, get started for the first race of the season. Just waiting for everyone to ready up now. And we'll be able to crack on for the very first race of the 100% League as well. The very first ever race in 100% League for the ALR series, that is. But yeah, like I said, we'll be cracking on with a lovely calendar. We're just waiting for everyone to ready up and get ourselves underway. Brooksy is loading up now, he says. So that is good stuff indeed. Of course, joining in quali as well is him. Sorry. So yeah, thankfully crossplay is crossplay was causing a bit of havoc, I think, earlier. That's all. As Dan Murphy has decided to start a party there. Good stuff. So yeah, looking forward to getting this going now, of course, and we'll be underway in a few seconds' time now. I think I'm not quite sure where the game audio is. Let me try and sort that out. No, it should be coming through the TV, please. Thank you very much. Good stuff indeed. Right, we are underway for the Brazilian Grand Prix. We're just getting everyone loaded in now. And of course, they have a short qualifying format. It's going to be a different format to the usual ones. So a short qualifying format, and then we will be into the 100% race itself. So yeah, it's a bit of a longer one, this one, but technically, or actually, if you compare it to a full quali and a 50% race, it's roughly about the same sort of time. So it's not too much different, but just a bit more racing rather than qualifying, that is. But of course, short quali there just to set the grid up, and then we'll be underway for the start of the season properly as well. Let me just double check that the stream is working and everything like that as well. It should be. Hopefully everybody is loaded in. I'm not quite sure if I'm just too far ahead of everyone. But yeah, we're almost there now, guys. Don't you worry. We'll be there very, very shortly. Let me just try and listen to myself, see if I can hear me. There we go then. We are in now, it looks like. Anyway, so I'll just get the graphic on. Brilliant stuff. and we'll be ready to get going very, very shortly now in this lovely 100% league. Of course, Brooksy will be making it a full 20 in just a few moments' time. And we've got rain, apparently, says Lucas Percy there in the Discord. So yeah, looking forward to seeing some nice rain. That will definitely be fun. But looks like everybody is in the cars now, ready to get going as well. Brooksy, of course, will be joining in just a few moments as well. So yeah, we'll be getting going very shortly in the qualifying format. And of course, it sounds like there's a bit of rain to come. Wet start and wet finish, says Acid Masters as well. Yeah, that's good stuff indeed. And yeah, not good news, I don't think, for the drivers. But like I said, they will be testing to the max in this one as well. So yeah, good stuff from the drivers there. Looking forward to them getting started as well, getting out on track now with Arden Wee. Onto the track, there is the Alfa Romeo driver. It looks like there's a Williams there who's just got out ahead of him as well. But brilliant stuff indeed. We are underway, and that is all good in the hood now. So yeah, we'll be ready to get going now as well. So yeah, once everybody is in, we've got Brooksy, I think, like I said, just to join now. I think he's just running a bit late. But now that it's not on crossplay, hopefully he can get himself into the lobby quickly, and we'll be able to get the telemetry up, because I have forgotten to do that already. So good stuff indeed. What a start this has been to the 100% league. So yeah, so a bit of a difficult start, but we'll be cracking on, going forward in the right direction, no doubt. So yeah, welcome along to everybody to the stream. Dan Murphy has decided not to take part in the qualifying. Sean has realised he can chat. Good stuff indeed. Brooksy has joined, so that is everybody into the session. Good stuff as well in that one as well. So like I said, all 20 drivers will be competing for the duration of 71 laps around this famous circuit. Serious Mushroom decided to lose his car keys as well. Both the Haas drivers are not going to be getting out in qualifying, it doesn't look like. So both of them have decided that is enough for them. So there we go then. But yeah, we'll be getting going properly very shortly in 15 minutes or so. But of course, the qualifying format is what takes precedence first, and that will be the drivers who try and sort themselves out, trying to get themselves as far up the grid as they can. Apart from the Haas drivers, it looks like. But yeah, we'll be cracking on with it very, very shortly now, and looking to get started very, very soon. I think Brooksy has just selected his car. Yeah, he has jumped in there in P7 there into the Aston Martin, so that is the grid full up. So good stuff from all the drivers, and really well done to all the drivers as well. I want to say thank you very much to all the drivers who are in here as well. We had a bit of difficulty there getting the lobby set up because of the crossplay situation, and having to switch it on and switch it back off again and all that stuff. And everybody got into the lobby very quickly on the restart, and that was very nice indeed from them. And of course, looking to see what they can do in this season, in this brand new season of the ALR 100% league. It's going to be an entertaining one. It's going to be a long one as well, I'm sure. So I just need to make sure that everyone keeps the concentration up. I remember racing a few of the 100% races before in my time, and yeah, it was actually really helpful for the 50% races. That is because you can basically just keep the concentration for much longer because you're used to it, and so it's really good as a training sort of thing from my point of view, as a practice. For the 50% races from other league races as well. So yes, for all the drivers who are competing in this, of course, if they're racing in the ALR Gold, Silver or Bronze divisions, that will really help them in the long run as well. So looking forward to seeing what they can do in this season. Me and Dan mixed our keys up, says Serious Mushroom. I think that's why they've both decided not to take part in this qualifying session. But like I said, a short qualifying then. Once the drivers have got their strategies and everything sorted, will be underway for 71 laps, as Baguette has also retired. So that's not good news for Baguette either. So it doesn't look like many people are that keen on taking part in this qualifying session, so we'll just try and speed through it, I think. But welcome along everybody to the first race ever of the ALR 100% League, and it's going to be a cracker, no doubt. Of course, Brazil is the first race of the season for us, because basically what we're doing is we're following the official F1 calendar as well. So of course Brazil coming up this Sunday, it's going to be live in Sao Paulo. So we'll give you a bit of a taster there before we get to Sao Paulo in real life. We'll give you the 100% league first so you can see what the strategy is going to be like for the Sunday. Although it seems like they might be quite realistic in this stage, because apparently it's due to rain heavily at the actual Brazil Grand Prix, and it's due to rain heavily in this race as well. So you'll have to stay tuned to that one. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what the guys can do. Hopefully the audio is all right. If anybody can just comment, let me know if the audio and the game sound is okay. I've been spectating RDW because I've been just rambling on for so long. AC Immortal there, of course, reserving tonight in the Alpha Tauri. Looks like he's getting a nice little toe from his teammate of Scooby Stew, who's on and out lap, just starting his lap now. Up to the line goes AC Immortal, and it is a pole position so far with a 1:08.450. Off goes Scooby Stew there. We just saw him having a spin there. Oh my blimey, that is one hell of a spin for the Alpha Tauri. The other Alpha Tauri there, one on pole position, the other one having a bit of trouble in turn 1 and turn 2. Hopefully those tyres have not overheated too much. He can get round the rest of the lap and come back in and restart and reset. But yeah, we're underway now properly for the qualifying format. Everybody is, as Brooksy there, just having a bit of a spin as well. Maybe sure that keep that Aston Martin out of the wall, and he has done nicely indeed. But yeah, a bit of damage to the Pride there, but not to the car, which is good stuff indeed. And he can get himself back to the pits, put a new set of boots on, of course, and get that car back out there. We can see Brooksy looking forward to getting this underway. As his teammate Lucas Percy, of course, pole sitter for gold in Bahrain, round 1 of the season on Sunday. So that was a fantastic race to watch, that was. But yeah, this one is going to be even better, no doubt. So as Lucas Percy displaces AC Immortal with a 1:08.309. Good stuff indeed from the Aston Martin driver. Of course, the good thing about the 100% league as well, that we haven't mentioned just yet, is that what's happened there? He's just gone into the back of somebody there. I think it has Scooby Stew. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like there was an Alfa Romeo, spinning in the way there. I think it might have been, well, the other Alfa Romeo of Baguette is not taking part in this qualifying session, so it must have been RDW. But I'm not quite sure whether there was what was going on there, because we didn't see a very good angle of it. But nonetheless, hopefully they're both okay, and they can both carry on in this one. But yeah, like I was going to say, the crossplay is, crossplay was going to be enabled. But what I was going to talk about really was the joint constructors, because of course in this league it is part of the joint constructors for the whole of ALR. So that will be all the points scored for whichever team they're in. Of course, the teams have been assigned now as well. So all the points scored will go towards that team for the joint constructors as well. So it's not just the 3 leagues competing for the joint constructors. There is a full 4 leagues, as we've had a bit of a problem there. I think for somebody, you can't quite see it. It must have been a Williams, I think it was. Scooby doesn't like that Ferrari, says Serious Mushroom. I think it was an Alfa Romeo, so maybe not. But there we go. Gernman there goes faster still than everybody so far in his lovely Alpine. A 1:08.258 as well. He's got the lap record, as we've seen in the standings, for Bahrain in gold. So he's looking to set another lap record, I think, in this one. But it sounds like I was saying earlier, if the rain does fall, then the fastest lap will not be set, because of course it is going to be a bit of a treacherous race. This is if it's a full wet race. Drivers just need to be careful of the surface, of the other cars around them as well. It is a difficult circuit, especially in the wet, so you need to make sure that you get it all right and get the car pointing in the right direction at the same time, which in my experience can be difficult. So there we go. So but anyway, we're underway. We're all Gucci at this point of time as X Gamer comes across the line. He goes fastest with a 1:08.205. Fantastic stuff from X Gamer in the Ferrari there. Of course, in the Aston Martin for gold, as Reflection goes second fastest at 1:08.2. 2,000ths of a second behind X Gamer there on the front row of the grid, but just behind 2,000ths of a second behind the pole sitter of X Gamer as it stands at the moment, that is. And of course, I think there's going to be some people setting up the car for the race, of course, which is going to be the main part of the race. Usually, it doesn't matter too much, does it? Because you can set it up for qualifying and then just get away with it in the race as well, with a 50% race or a shorter race. So a 100% race, 71 laps around this Sao Paulo circuit. it's going to be a trying time, I think, especially if you've got the setup wrong. But we'll see what they can do as they come round now to start their next their in laps on the top two there. But let's have a look and see who's going to be next across the line. I think there is a Ferrari. Kaz is in the pit, so it's not the Ferrari that we're looking for. Collins is just coming out of the... Oh no, he's just starting a lap, I think, or he's just finished a lap. Let's have a look and see who's going to be next. X-Gamer has had a spin there on his in lap, which is not good news for him. But Reflection, they're just coming around past and into the pits. Let's have a look and see. I think it's AC Immortal. No, it's not. It's going to be Scooby Stew who's starting his lap now. Who is coming round next? We've got Dopey Lemons, of course, reserving tonight in the Williams for Frank Matthew, who unfortunately was the reason why we had the issue with the cross plane. This is a big shame because we were looking forward to getting that underway and hoping it was going to work, but it didn't. So there we go. Jinner is out on track on the medium compound tyres. An interesting strategy call there from Jinner there. He's decided to put on the mediums, though it sounds like the start of the race will be on the wet compound tyres, but we'll find out. Potato says Serious Mushroom in the comments. I don't know what that's about, but there we go. As we have a McLaren there of Collins having a bit of a difficult time coming up the hill towards the final corner, and hopefully he can get that car started and out of the way of the flying Red Bull behind him of... no, it's not Umad Bro, it is Acid Masters, who is just starting his lap now as well, the first lap of the session for him. Let's see what he can do. Sam Green has popped himself up into P9, sorry, so Liam there in P8 as well. Good stuff from all the drivers so far. Like I said, I think there's going to be a bit of a difference here in the strategies, because of the strategies for qualifying, that is, because of course they're getting the car set up for the race. So if it's a wet race, they might not be running as low downforce as expected in the dry qualifying. Of course, they have Park Ferme is on, so they have to make sure that they get the setup right for the beginning of quali. As Lucas Percy there blitzes everyone's time there with 7.9. The first into the 107s as well is the Aston Martin driver. Very good stuff. We've seen his pace in qualifying before. Hopefully he can do it in the race. Retired in the second. And Collins is retired as well. Collins is in the pits, but I'm not quite sure what happened to Brooksy. Oh, we've got another spinner there of Scooby Stew, I think it is, and yeah, this is not looking good, unfortunately for Scooby Stew for the race, because he needs to make sure that he keeps the car on the island, and that will be the most important thing, especially if it's going to be a wet race as well. Consistency is very much the key in the 100% league, so making sure that you get to that finish line is the paramount importance, and making sure you don't minimise the spins and don't go into those walls is the most important thing, in my opinion, anyway. So that's as much as I can say on that one. So there we go. RDW, they're just getting out of the way of a few cars flying through. Let's have a look at Jinner has popped himself up into P11 there on those medium compound tyres. A 108.8 for the Williams driver there. Good stuff indeed on the mediums as well. Looking like he can go a bit faster if he puts the softs on. ZGS has joined, but he is unfortunately about 24 minutes late. So he was meant to be taking part, but has been replaced as Jinner is off the circuit there, going for a spin at the exit of the horseshoe. And unfortunately for ZGS, he was, like I said, he was meant to be joining, but he's a bit too late now for this one. Unfortunately, he will not be able to take part. We have a full complement of drivers in the session. So good stuff indeed. Well done to all the drivers who have turned up, especially the drivers who turned up on time. Scooby Stew coming back into the pits now. Followed there by one of the other drivers coming back into the pits as well. So it looks like everyone's calmed down a bit now in this qualifying session, but it's going to get going later on in this one for one final run, maybe two final runs if they can get out quickly. Liam, yeah, coming up the hill now. He looks like he is on a push lap. Let's see what he can do as he comes across the final corner. DRS is activated and down towards the finish line, or up towards the finish line technically. And across the line he goes, and it's P2 there, a 108.0 there. Puts himself on the front row of the grid. Fantastic stuff indeed from Liam there. And looking forward to seeing what he can do in the Alpine. Both the Alpines very high up in this qualifying session. German just 1/10 off of his teammate. And looking forward to seeing what the drivers can do, of course, in this one. Yeah, I think everyone is, like I said, just getting themselves back in the pits. It seems like the majority of them, apart from the Alpines, and yeah, they'll be underway for one final run, I believe, as Ewok has come back out of the pits. and he has decided to get out on the soft compound tyres as well. So he's going a bit early, a bit out of the flow of the rest of the grid for this one. As we've got, unfortunately, we've got 5 people out of the qualifying already. Baguette, Dan Murphy, Brooks in Serious Mushroom not being able to set a time. Collins there has set a time of 1:10.4, and that's puts him in P14 as it stands at the moment. But he could be displaced by Scooby Stew or Kaz if they can get a faster time in as well. As off the circuit completely is Kaz. It looks like there he went flying off there. So I'm not quite sure what's happened to him, but hopefully he can get himself back underway. I just saw that red dot on the map. He's absolutely miles off. So hopefully he's all right. Fingers crossed. It was just a quick controller issue that has been fixed. Nonetheless, Ewok Junior, they come back to the line. What can we do now? I'm a bit too confused. Hopefully when we get into the race it'll be a bit more simple, but I'm doubting it now because of course the rain is forecast, and all the drivers will be trying to get the right strategies, get the right calls. I don't know if it's going to be intermediates or if it's going to be wet compound tyres. We'll find out of course when they get onto the grid, as Scooby Stew has decided to call it a day there in qualifying, so he's not going to be able to overtake Collins there for P14. Kaz is on track though, but we did see Kaz coming back into the pits, or I should say, with no front wing on that Ferrari. Unfortunately for Kaz, so I don't think he's going to be able to improve. He's going to be able to get back out in time. So I think that is Collins safe in P14. The bottom 7 have been technically decided already, I think. But there we go then, as Ewok there looking to improve on a 9.286. Let's see what he can do. He is 4 tenths up into Sector 2. That is looking good to put himself into the top 10 potentially. Let's see what he can do now as he rounds the final corner. DRS is activated, cutting across the pit lane entry as he's invalidated, unfortunately, there on the pit lane entry. That is a bit of salt in the wounds there for Ewok Junior there in Mercedes. The FIA have deemed that as illegal, although I think we can see probably quite a few people trying to do that as well, to be fair. So unfortunately for Ewok, that is his time deleted, and that was looking like it was going to be a good time into the 1:08. That was as well, as Dopey Lemon the order. I think it might be Sam Green, sorry, in P7 now in the Mercedes, getting himself nicely up into P7. Good stuff indeed. Reflection doing a great job here in this qualifying session as well. He's up in P5 at the moment, and looking to go well in this session. The Maverick just losing the car a bit there, it looked like. He managed to get it all corrected in the right order. He's got a yellow flag in this sector. Hopefully it's just a car just getting out of the way. It looks like it's Hardy Wee once again getting out of the way of the other cars coming out behind him. He has unfortunately invalidated his lap, so again not going to be able to improve on this time. Is Ewok going to be able to carry on, or has he not got enough fuel on board? Let's see if he can get to the line and start his lap. We'll find out. No, he's coming into the pit. That is P13 decided as well, and I think P12 as well for RDW. So that is everyone out of the top 10 pretty much decided as it is. So that is that. Dopey Lemons now in P10 has also invalidated, so that is him done and dusted. Yumabro is flying. He's starting a flying lap, but he's not got much ERS left in that Red Bull, so he might not be able to make so much improvements. Let's find out who's going to be at the top, as we've got some side-by-side action. It looks like almost. Reflection has lost his front wing, so he's not going to be able to improve on this lap, unfortunately for him. Let's have a look and see what Gino is. Gino is unfortunately invalidated as well. Not good news for him. Immortal though is on, and he was faster lap. He's got a purple sector 2. Let's see what he can do now as he comes across the final part of the corners of the track, I should say, up to the line. What's it going to be for AC Immortal? It's P4 there, 108 152. Puts him behind German, Liam Yeh and Lucas Percy. X-Gamer, though, has jumped up to P1 there with a fantastic lap there, a 107.907, almost a tenth faster than Lucas Percy as well. A really good pole lap there from the Ferrari driver. He's got the Ferrari engine switched on tonight. Oh, but he's been displaced, I should say, by Liam Yeh. I was just singing his praises, but Liam Yeh now has got the pole position in the Alpine now. And 107.781, sorry, from the Alpine driver. Good stuff indeed from Liam. Let's see if Lucas Percy or German, his teammate, can displace him. Let's see German up the line. He's on the front row, but he's about a tenth away from his teammate Liam there. He's now made it a 1-2 for the Alpine team as well, unless Lucas Percy can do something about it. No, he can't. He's coming into the pits now as Lucas Percy. That is him done and dusted. Sam Green up to the line. He's run out of fuel, it looks like, so he's done and dusted as well. It's an Alpine front row lockout, and that is a fantastic start to the season for the Alpine team as well. Both Liam Yeh and German looking to be proud of that one, I think. And both the Alpines, they're starting 1 and 2 for the Brazilian Grand Prix in just a few moments' time. Good luck all, says Serious Mushroom. Is it equal cars? Yes, it is. So yeah, so we did do a poll for whether we wanted realistic or not, but they decided that we didn't want to do realistic. For now, that is anyway. So like I said, if anything, we'll switch that around. But yeah, at the moment it's just a 100% lead for people to enjoy. So yeah, looking to see what they can do in this one. Yeah, they're taking the pole position with a fantastic lap indeed. 107.780 there for the pole sitter German in P2 on the front row still as well. X-Gamer there in P3, a fantastic lap time indeed for him as well. Lucas Percy there decided not to improve or not to finish his final lap there in P4. AC Immortal P5, Reflection in P6, Ginette in P7, Sam Green there in P8, Umabro in P9, Dopey Lemons there in his reserve seat of Williams in P10, Acid Masters, RD Wee 11th and 12th, Ewok Junior and Collins 13th and 14th, and then we have Scooby Stew in P15, Kaz, Serious Mushroom, Brooksy, Dan Murphy and Baguette unfortunately didn't get a time in their qualifying session. So we have that is them at the back of the grid, but they'll be able to make their way forwards in the race, which will be coming up very, very shortly. Oh blimey, it's raining. So that's definitely rain. I think that might be wet compound tyres in my opinion. That is definitely wet, as some singers would say. But no, unfortunately for the drivers, they'll be having to get themselves under an umbrella or something. Maybe they've got those pop-up tents that they can put over the cars for the time being, but they'll be getting very wet very shortly as they're waiting for the race to get started. And of course there'll be a formation lap as well as the drivers get themselves lined up on the grid. But yeah, but blimey, that is a lot of rain. We do expect it sometimes in Brazil to deluge down, but it's definitely going to be pouring down tonight. It looks like, especially at the start of this race, we did hear that it was going to be. We've got some nice fireworks going off in the background. That's not in the game. That's in my house, or not in my house, but outside my house. But anyway, so maybe they're just celebrating the start of the ALR 100% League, which is very nice of them to do, because we praise them for it as well. Thanks very much for them to do that, for doing that. But yes, we are underway for the formation lap. We've got everybody lined up on the grid. Let's have a look. We'll get the position changes and everything lined up there as well. We'll have a quick look at the tyres, but I'm pretty sure tyres-wise, everybody is on the wet compound tyre. Nobody decided to go for the inters. It doesn't look like it's into weather either, does it, to be honest? It is very wet out there at the moment. You can see the puddles are forming as they come around turns 4 and 5, the S section of the first part of the circuit of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And yeah, looking like those tyres need to be warmed up, making sure they get the tyres in the right operating window to make sure they can get a good start, because especially in these conditions the tyres are going to be cold as hell. As Liam has gone for a spin there from pole position, which is not good news for the Alpine. Well, maybe it is, maybe he's got those tyres warmed up a bit more. We've got another spinner there of the McLaren. I think it's Reflection there. Both these drivers having difficulties on their formation lap. And yeah, we've got Red Bull there just trying to drive off the circuit and stuff as well. So hopefully everyone can get themselves back underway. We'll go back to the back of the queue. We've got all sorts of cars going off. Serious Mushroom and Brooksy have been disqualified from the session, which is not good news for either of them, because their tyres are going to be very cold when they start the race. Baguette there in P20 in the Alfa Romeo. Dan Murphy, of course, reserving tonight in the Haas, which would have been ZGS, but he did join a bit late. Brooksy there in P18, decided not to get time in his qualifying, and therefore starts P18, Serious Mushroom in P17 as well in the Haas. Kaz is starting in P16 in the Ferrari, Scooby Stew in P15 in the Alfa Tauri, and then we've got Collins there in the McLaren in P14, that is. Ewok Junior in P13 in the Mercedes. RD Wee in P12 in the Alfa Romeo, Acid Masters in P11 in the Red Bull. In the top 10 we've got Dopey Lemons, who's reserving tonight in place of Fudge Muffin in the Williams Martin P10, Umabro in P9, Sam Green in P8, Gino in P7, Reflection P6, AC Immortal in P5, Lucas Percy on the second row in the Aston Martin P4, X-Gamer as well pairing up with him in P3 in the Ferrari, and then we've got the two Alpines of Gernman in P2 and Liam Yeh, who is on pole position for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Whew, good stuff indeed, right. Rightio then, we're about to get underway. It looks like everyone's getting themselves disqualified from the session. I'm not sure who that is coming through the order there, but it's a very slow Aston Martin. And we are ready to get going here in Brazil. Oh, it's beeping at me now, that's good. So the 5 red lights are on, but I think we're going to have to wait a little minute here. As the 5 red lights are off in Brazil, here we go then, we're getting cracking in Brazil now for the first race of the season. Away they go. Very difficult start there for the Alpine of Gernman. Looks like, but into turn 1 they go. Can they get themselves onto the circuit, keep themselves on the circuit? It looks like Liam Yeh struggling to get that Alpine onto the circuit as well. Gernman really struggling with those tyres as well. X-Gamer has got through. Oh, he's not. He's gone off the circuit there. X-Gamer. He's managed to recover the car. Oh, not quite. No, he's off the circuit completely now. X-Gamer, and those wet compound tyres were just not good enough to help that Ferrari keep it going in the right direction. Blimey, that's a start and a half. That is. Gernman is really struggling with that Alpine. You can see the car twitching so much in these conditions. Dopey Lemons is dropping down the order. He has had a spin there at the exit of turn 5, just getting the car rectified and back underway. RDW has also dropped down the field as well. Not quite sure if there was an incident there, but I think it might have been just distracted by X-Gamer's Ferrari that was completely off the circuit, spinning wildly. But I think let's have a look and see if what's got damage. Aston Masters and Sam Green battling away side by side through the horseshoe section of Sector 2. It looks like Aston Masters has got the advantage there. He's up into P6. Great start there from Aston Masters as well. Let's have a look at the position changes because we need to do that because that's better than what we're looking at because we're looking at the wet tyres otherwise. But away we go. We have got the race started. Everyone has just got to make sure they keep themselves calm and keep themselves pointing in the right direction. Umabro is out of the session already, and that is a big smash, I think, for Umabro at the top of the hill. There's Kaz. He's gone off straight. He's just gone straight into the wheel. Looks like has the Red Bull, I should say, which has caused, I think it has caused a safety car or a VSC at least. So into the pits comes a few drivers here. Brooksy, Reflection, X-Gamer, Scooby Stew, and Dopey Lemons all into the pits. I think for a wing change or something like that. Maybe I think is there a safety car? No, they haven't come out on my track map. So yes, I think it's just a VSC at this stage of the race. But oh blimey, it was what a start to the race that was. And of course, the wet conditions did not help. But we have got the race started nonetheless. And yeah, like I said, we've got another 70 laps or so of this one to go. So anything can happen, of course. Even if you're out the back at the moment, of course, there's still plenty of chances for you to keep going and get some good points still in this session. Unfortunately, Umabro decided he's not going to stick around for the rest of the race to watch. But yeah, a big shame there for Umabro. I think he had a bit of a tank slapper on there at the top of the hill. He couldn't get the car turned in. For fear of spinning it as well, and it just went straight off into the wall. Unfortunately for Umabro, not a nice incident to be part of. But unfortunately, in these conditions, it is what happens, especially at the top of the hill as well. AC Immortal is tracing down. We've got Brooksy there is off the circuit at turn 7, I think it is. He's just having a bit of trouble keeping that car on the straight and narrow. On the corner and narrow, I suppose you could say. As AC Immortal there sets the fastest lap, he's trying to chase down Liam. Yeah, Collins is also out of the session. He's done the same thing, I think, as Umabro. He's out of the session now. We've got a... What is this? Is it a yellow? Is it a fifth car this time? No, it's a VSC again, I think. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, blimey, two people are having a bit of trouble getting over the top of that hill. Like I said earlier, concentration is key. It's all about making sure you get to the finish line and making sure that you don't have to be the fastest as you usually would be in a 5% race. That is, you can just go for it as take it easy as well, is what I would say. Really, Dan Murphy there's taking it easy. He's up into P9 already. Cyrus Moffman doing a great job as well in P10. Both the Hatch drivers now in the points after starting down the order. And yeah, like I said, just take it easy. Don't have to go full beans in this one. It's a very, very long race, and you'll just have to. It will come to you as the race progresses. And of course, the familiarity of driving around the circuit once you've gone through quite a few times, you'll be very up to speed with the circuit, especially after when you get to the 71 laps, it will benefit you in the long run as well. And of course, it's all good practice as well for future league races as well, in my opinion. Gino's got a drive-through penalty there. He's up into P5, but he's lost out as he's now got a drive-through penalty after speeding under the VSC. German has been put under pressure now from Lucas Percy. German really struggling in these conditions. It looks like wet race 100%, says Troye. It is 100% wet. It is 100% distance. There's off in the background. We've got Gino there having a big smash at the exit of the final corner, and that is if that's not a safety car, I don't know what is, but he's literally just lost control of the car there after the corner as well, and gone off. But it's still not a safety car. It is set to reduced safety car, but I think a couple of reasons have definitely caused reason for it to be a safety car at least. I've had a couple of VSCs, it looks like, but nobody has brought a safety car out so far, as Gino is now out and dropping down the order, of course. But yeah, unfortunately for Gino as well, another one who's had a big smash. Both of them, all three of them actually, at the top of the hill as well. And yeah, it was X-Gamer there trying to get past Scooby Stew and Reflection. He's got past the both of them now as well. Reflection, they're just settling in behind. I think they both had to make a pit stop, unforced of course, because they had a bit of an incident at the beginning of the race. But now it's Reflection trying to go around the outside. Alpha Romeo 3-second penalty there for Brooksy, who's having a bit of trouble there. It looks like he's just retired on the track as well, and that has caused a safety car as well. Now, it's good stuff indeed. Yeah, it was not great, not going well for Brooksy, and yeah, unfortunately, I think he'll be investigated after the race for that one as well, because it looked a bit uncalled for that. But he has now caused a safety car, and now we'll be picking up the lead. Yeah, of course, this will help the likes of Dopey Lemon, Reflection, Scooby Stew, and the like, of course, to catch up to the queue. But yeah, not good news, of course, for the drivers who have retired from the race already. That said, they would have been able to catch up to the back of the queue as well. But now they are out, and that is 16 people left in the race, unfortunately, after only 4 laps. So if we carry on at this rate, we might as well just call it a 50% race and we can finish it early. But hopefully the rest of the drivers can get to the finish line in one piece. And yeah, there we go. We're underway. We'll be back underway very, very shortly for the restart of this one. Just waiting for the likes of Dopey Lemons and the rest of the back markers now to catch up to the rest of the safety car queue, and then we'll be back underway for the race. But yeah, unfortunately, not a good start for the likes of Yumabro, Collins, Jenner, or Brooksy, all having a bit of an issue there, getting themselves keeping the car on the track as well. Like I said, it's difficult conditions, and all you need to do is make sure you keep the patience, keep calm, and not push too hard, because you don't really need to. Because like I said, a 100% race, you don't need to go for it at maximum pace as you would do a 50% race. So yeah, you can just keep it calm and just get to that finish line, because you can go in places by people making mistakes like we've seen already. So yeah, like I said, we've seen like the likes of Baguette there up 10 places, Sirius pushing up 8 places as well, and Darren Murphy up 11 places. All of them have just starting calmly, cleanly, and they've got themselves through the order with everybody else's errors. So all you need to do is make sure that you can get to that finish line, keep it as calm and clean as possible, and of course you can get to it. It doesn't matter if you lose out with the pace in these conditions. All of it is a learning process. And there we go. So yes, all of it is a learning process. Somebody said all of it is a 100% patience. So yes, patience is key, concentration is key as well, and making sure you just get to that finish line regardless of how fast you're going. Because I think in most cases, like we've already seen, if you wait till you get to the finish line, you'll probably guarantee you'll either definitely finish, of course, but you'll probably guarantee yourself some points as well. Because like we said, the concentration does lapse for a lot of drivers as well, and then the errors start to appear. That is why we've seen a few incidents with only individual drivers as well. It's not been an incident itself, but unfortunately some drivers, they're just not being able to keep the car on the circuit, maybe pushing a bit too hard, just trying to keep up and trying to catch up. As Scooby Stew is going the wrong way down the second straight there, and hopefully he can get that Alpha Tauri turned around nicely. It looks like he has done it as well, so he's now trying to recover that Alpha Tauri as well, getting himself back underway. But like I said, he's got himself started once again, which is all good. So I don't think it will be in this lap unless Scooby Stew can catch up. And Ben Gallagher saying, yeah, missed it. Oh, well, you're welcome to jump into a race whenever you like as well. Obviously we've got Wednesday nights, of course the 100% league as well, and then we've got, of course, the gold, silver and bronze leagues on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday every week. Of course, well, unless there's a break week, because we've got to have a break for Christmas, of course. We can't race for Christmas, because of course we've got to eat our turkey. But other than that, we've got a few races on here and there throughout the week, so stay tuned. And of course, you're always welcome to jump into a race whenever you can. So once we're just waiting for the last lap of the Scuba Stew there, just to catch up with the safety car crew. I think it'll probably be in the next lap, provided Scuba Stew can catch up, that is. And then we'll be back underway for the green flag running in this one. The safety cars do breed safety cars, so we're going to have to make sure that we keep it clean on the restart. We'll see what we can do, of course. And yeah, we'll take it away very, very shortly. At the end of this lap, we'll be back underway, I think. The Scuba Stew is already catching up as well, so good stuff indeed. But yeah, once we get the restart underway, just need to be careful, make sure those tyres, which are now cooled down quite a lot under the safety car, are going much slower than their race pace. But now they'll be back underway and they can try to get those tyres warmed up, because it's very, very difficult and very, very easy to say to spin the car under the restart, because obviously those tyres are cooled down so much in the rain as well, in these very cool conditions. We usually have quite humid conditions in Brazil, I'd imagine, but I haven't been there. But I'd imagine that they would be quite warm at the same time. So potentially there is a lot of humidity in the air as well, which is always going to play havoc with a few sensors in the car. But hopefully all the drivers can stick out in this one and get to the finish line at the end of this race. 71 laps to do around the Brazilian circuit. We've done 7, and I think we'll be in this lap as well, it looks like. So yeah, we've done 7, we'll be underway for lap 8 for the green flag running. We unfortunately had also 2 VSCs at the beginning with Mabro and Collins there going out in this race. Nothing at all to do, and then the safety car came out for Brooks' incident. All of them, like I said, just on their own, where they just lost control of the car, unfortunately, and visited the wall. So unfortunately, they're out of this race. Hopefully they can come back for the next one, and hopefully it will be well, it's in Abu Dhabi the next one, so hopefully it won't be raining in that one. So we should find out. Liam Yare has got us underway now for the restart of this race. On to lap 8 we go. AC Mortar there having a P2, German P3, Lucas Percy in P4. Aston Masters with a great drive so far in P5 in the Red Bull as well. Everyone seems to be getting through turns 1 and 2 okay so far. We've got some more position changes further down the order. David Lemons is off the circuit, Kaz is off the circuit as well. No, it's just Kaz off the circuit, and hopefully that is no damage to that Ferrari car. Hopefully he can get himself back underway. It looks like he's a-okay on that one, but I think, like I said, the cold tyres there playing a factor in Kaz's restart there. Like I said, on the in lap for the safety car, at least, it is a difficult time difficult to get those tyres warmed up at the right time. X-Gamer is off the circuit once again. He's got a bit of a spin there at the exit of turn 5, coming back on the circuit now, just ahead of his teammate Kaz. He's dropping down to the back now, unfortunately, is X-Gamer, but like I said, X-Gamer's got the pace. We've seen it in qualifying, so all he needs to do is make sure he keeps it clean and get to that finish line. He'll be able to catch the drivers ahead of him. He's got the pace, so all he needs to do is keep it calm, keep it patient, as I think it was Tarek who said that as well in the comment section. Keep it patient, and we'll get to the finish line, get the points, and get the rewards as well. Jumping down there and switching places into the so we'll carry on down back onto the main straight, making sure you don't put the ERS on too much or the power down too much as well, otherwise it will cost you, as we've seen with other drivers who are already out of the session, unfortunately. Dan Murphy now up into P7, 12 places gained now for the driver. Good stuff indeed. We're on to lap 9. We'd love to I think there's someone else hop in for 1 or 2. Well, yeah, like I said, if you're a route, just jump into the server and get onto the race. We've got German there up into P2, battling away with AC Immortal side by side there through turn 4. This is a great battle here between the AlphaTauri and the Alpine. AC Immortal under pressure. He was the aggressor in the beginning stint, but now it looks like German's got himself sorted. Oh, there's a bit of contact there, I think, between the two of them there as he gets forced wide. Does Immortal now. Lucas Percy looking to dive down the inside as well, and he's just always been a bit of contact once again on the exit this time. And yeah, I think AC Immortal is losing a bit of places. I think maybe those tyres getting warmed up is the difference there, and I think German might have a bit more tyres as does Lucas Percy there, and I think that's what's helped get them through past the AlphaTauri. But AC Immortal there, we saw his start. He's going to be formidable when he gets those tyres warmed up. He's going to be coming back at the Aston Martin, at the Alpine as well. But at the moment, the service has resumed up in the front. It's now both the Alpines back on the front row, really leading the way German in P2. And now we're back with Lucas Percy and AC Immortal in P3 and P4 as well. Liam there, they're setting the fastest lap. He's got the precedence at the moment. He's leading the way, and of course from pole position as well. German going very deep into turn 1. Lucas Percy for a sniff at the back of that Alpine. He's all over the back of that Alpine right now, coming through turn 3. And it looks like, can he make a move? Can he use the ERS now, getting the power earlier? Down the Alpine, down into turn 4. Can he make a move down the inside? German trying to cover that off, but no dice. It is staying as they are for the time being. Everybody else is A-OK, it looks like, at the moment, which is good stuff indeed. Just making sure they keep the car on track, which is all good. Like I said, they're going to get themselves keep it calm, keep it clean, keep it consistent. Oh, this is nice. Well, like I said, I think a bit of a chaotic start, and of course the conditions didn't help. But luckily, everybody else in the race, I think, they've sort of got accustomed to it now as well. They're 10 laps in now, got accustomed to how to drive in these conditions as well. With the extra fuel on board, like I said as well, I didn't mention that before, but of course, with a 50% race, you've got a lot less fuel on board than you do in the 100% races as well. So you've got to manage the weight of the car quite a lot differently than you would do in a normal race, or a 50% race that is. So these guys are going to make sure they get the balance right as well, of course, on the setup, on the car as well. And of course it will feel a bit different, definitely feel a lot more different at the end of the race than it did at the start of the race, because the weight of the car was so much lighter, almost 100 kilos lighter that is. Here comes a reflection now, side by side with RDV into turn 1, around down the inside of the set, around the outside goes RDV, kept that position very nicely. He cut the corner there at the exit of turn 2, giving himself a 3-second penalty there, unfortunately for his troubles. That's the first penalty of the session. Scooby has been passed by Dopey Lemon there. 14-13. So here comes Scooby. Can make a move back into turn 4. We're watching on board as he comes down. It's an on-board trick very early there to avoid going to the back. Reflection, they're going around the outside, around the inside, this time of RDV, and he has got the move now up into P11 now, just outside the points now is Reflection. He's got Baguette 2 seconds ahead, so looking to narrow down that gap and try and get within the window to get himself into the top 10. Good stuff indeed. The top 4, the top 5, I should say. Acid Master's doing a great job of sticking with these guys here actually as well. We don't want to rule him out just yet. He can still get himself onto the podium places. He's just had a bit of a difficult time there coming through the downhill left-hander there, but he's managed to get the car rectified and get it pointed in the right direction. He's lost out a lot of time though. He's lost almost a half a second there to AC Immortal ahead of him now, but he's doing a good job of sticking with the top 4 guys in the pits and German. That is a very early call there. Is there a strategy change here coming for the Alpine driver? Potentially pop up. Let's have a look and we'll find out. German into the pit. He's going to come onto the intermediate compound tyres. He is onto the inters. The first driver to switch onto the intermediates as well. Scooby is going to get past him as well. I think X-Gamer, I think. Down into turn 1 goes X-Gamer in the Ferrari. German there making the early call. Will it be the right call though? It is. You either need to turn down the car or you turn on the I think it's when I'm on board with the driver. When I'm off board like this, it's not so bad. But I can turn down the car volume a little bit. But anyway, I can turn my volume up as well. There we go. Good stuff. So German there is the first driver to put on the intermediate compound tyres. You can see there, he's the only driver in the field to be on the inters. And he's decided to call it on those on the wet compound tyres. Will those intermediates be the right call though? It looks like we saw him have a difficult time on the start of the race on those wet compound tyres as well. Getting the car just pointing in the right direction was a struggle, it looked like, as well for German. So hopefully he's got the call right, because otherwise those intermediates are not going to be helpful for him on this new strategy call. Much better, says Troy. Good stuff indeed. Well, hopefully that will save the next stream as well. AC Immortal there set to the fastest lap of the race at 22.199. This will be a good tell as well for German, of course, when he starts the next lap. Will he be faster than that? Well, how much faster will he be as well? Will the intermediates be the right tyre? We'll find out. He is gaining slightly on X Gamer right now down the main straight, but yeah, I don't know. We'll find out as well when he gets to the end of the next lap, really, because that will be when we'll see if he gets the fastest lap or not. But yeah, bear with us. We'll find out. As Reflection getting past Baguette. Oh dear, what's happened here? Is looks like Ewok dropping down the order as well. Reflection going down the inside of Baguette. On the outside goes the Alfa Romeo. She's kept the position. Has Baguette just about off the circuit slightly as well, but she's managed to keep the position just about as well. Good stuff indeed. The Alfa Romeo there keeping the points there, keeping in P8. Ewok Jr. I think might have had a bit of a problem there, and he's dropped down the order to P10. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what his Reflection. Oh, the Reflection did pit at the end of the first lap as well. So this is a great drive indeed from Reflection to recover himself back. Of course, the safety car did help him catch up as well, but he's now in P9 and doing a great job indeed. He's trying to get past Baguette is the next target. Let's have a look and see if anybody else is going to be making a pit stop. I think German's had a bit of a mistake there, because he's now dropped back to 3 seconds behind X Gamer. I think he was 1.4, 1.5. He was a lot closer than that. AC Immortal is coming into the pits now from P3. Acid Masters there sets the fastest lap of the race. Good stuff indeed from Acid Masters. He's doing a great job in that Red Bull. Really looking formidable in that car as well. AC Immortal has been joined by Sam Green in the pits and Baguette as well. So a few drivers now deciding it's time for the intermediate compound tyres. Will German be able to get an undercut on the other drivers who just pit for the inters? He's hurrying across the across the final corner now, across the pit entry up to the line. Will it be the fastest lap of the race as well? No, it won't. Not quite. I think he did make a mistake, unfortunately, on that lap. So that has cost him a bit of time there. AC Immortal coming out of the pits now. Where is German? German is going to be coming around turn 2. Now turn 3 as well. He's going to be ahead of Sam Green, but he's going to be behind AC Immortal, I think. I think that mistake on that last lap cost him a bit, unfortunately, for the Alpine driver. So he's got some catching up to do, but we'll see what he can do in this race. Can he do that? Can he catch up and can he pull himself along with AC Immortal's toe, or will he just come up to the back of him and get past him? I don't know. We'll find out. We will know. We'll find out, because he's now about 5 seconds behind AC Immortal as well. I think they must have had a spin or some sort of issue on the car, unfortunately for German, on that last lap. So hopefully he can get himself back underway and recovered. Out in front then, Liam Yeo is being put under massive pressure here by Lucas Percy. Oh, almost off the circuit there was the Aston Martin. It looks like he was getting squirrely there, was Lucas Percy. Maybe that was just me. But hopefully his car is not twitching around just like that, because that would be pretty horrific if you were in a Formula 1 car doing that. But he's managed to keep it in the right order now, and is chasing down that Alpine. The other Alpine is now under pressure now from an Aston Martin. Let's have a look and see, can he make a move into turn 4? I think he's a bit too far back. On board with him now. Into turn 4 we go, as Ewok there picks up a 3-second penalty there, unfortunately for Ewok, on the same Centre S's section as RDW did as well on the previous lap. So both these drivers now with 3-second penalties to their name. That will be added on to their race time at the end of the session. Dopey Lemons there has come out as on the intermediate compound tyres. He is ready to get going again now onto the faster tyre compared to the wets. And of course, like I said, we've seen in real life, he just clouted the pit wall there. Hopefully he hasn't. Hopefully there's no damage as well. But yeah, like I said, trying to get the intermediate compound tyre into the right working window is a lot better than using the wet compound tyre is in real life. That is, as we've heard from the F1 teams in the last few races as well. But yeah, nonetheless, it's just trying to get it all right. As AC Immortal's got past his teammate of Scooby Stew up into P9, as AC Immortal now the fastest or the furthest up the order of the intermediate runners. Is anybody coming into the pits? As Scooby Stew picks up a first penalty as well. Anyone coming into the pits from the top 5, top 6, I'd say, top 8? Nobody doesn't look like they're coming in at the moment. No, everyone seems to be carrying on. Is RDW going to pit though? Ewok Jr. is in the pit. RDW is going to carry on, so Ewok is starting to call it a day on the. Oh, he's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. X Gamer is out. What's happened to X Gamer? He's had a massive smash there at the top of the hill. Is that another safety car? I think it is another safety car actually as well. Safety car has been released, so unfortunately that is going to cost a few people there some positions here and there, because of course this safety car will neutralise the race. X Gamer has left the session there as well, unfortunately for him. There was a big smash there at the top of the hill again, same as that we saw from Umabro, from Collins as well, and from Jinner. Unfortunately for them, as Dopey Lemons there getting himself back into the order as well. Hopefully he's trying to get himself ahead of that AlphaTauri of Scooby Stew. I think it is coming out the pits. German has left the session, which is not good news for German. As the safety car is actually just waiting there for the lead car to come around, which I believe will be Liam Yeh. Liam Yeh might choose this opportunity though to pit for the intermediate compound tyres, because I think that might be the right call right now. Although his teammate Gerben will be hoping to. He has got back in the session. Good stuff indeed. I was going to just send him in right just then, but of course it is all okay at the moment, it seems. Right then, that's 5 drivers out, unfortunately. That is 5 drivers who have... as Liam Yeh is carrying on as well. He decided not to pit. Lucas Percy and Acid Masters have gone into the pits. Is Dan Murphy going to come into the pits as well? It looks like he is. Serious Mushroom might have to stay out here because, of course, it would be a double stack otherwise for the Haas team. And Serious Mushroom does stay out as well. He's into P2 now. Good stuff indeed from him. And, yeah, looking pretty good from the back of the grid as well for a Serious Mushroom. So, yeah, good stuff from him. It's Lucas Percy coming out on the inters, as is Acid Masters as well. Dan Murphy is into the pits. He's got the intermediate compound tyres on as well. German is back in his car, which is good, and this will mean he can catch up a bit to AC Immortal ahead of him now as well. RD Wheat into the pits, as is Sam Green is already out of the pits. Reflection is coming through now. He's in P9. Will Ewok be able to get ahead of him though? I think he might be a bit too far behind. We'll find out as they come through the exit of the pits. There's a Reflection there going very nice and slowly there, making sure he keeps the car intact and avoids those walls as well. Good stuff indeed. Right, we are going to be back underway very shortly. We are... Oh, hang on. No, we're not. Scooby Stew has had a spin, and that is not good news for Scooby Stew. He seems to have a bit of trouble there at that exit of turn 3, as we've seen him spin there already as well this session. But thankfully he's got himself pointing in the right direction now, and that there's no front wing damage to that AlphaTauri as well. He can keep going as is normal. Baguette there coming through the pits as well. She's just put on the intermediate compound tyres, and everybody apart from the top 2 of Liam Yeh and Serious Mushroom are on the intermediate, and then Kaz. I didn't see Kaz, sorry there. Kaz might want to come into the pits as well for the inters. He might want to do that very shortly as well under the safety car to make sure he doesn't lose so much time. Liam Yeh and Serious Mushroom both staying out on the wet compound tyres. Is there more rain coming? So maybe they've got a nice little weather forecast that's saying, oh, we've got some, German's got a 5 second penalty there with speed in the pit. That is not good news, as he's coming back into the pits now. Sam Green's coming into the pits as well. I think maybe there's another call coming here. Is the Inters not the right tyre to be on? He's onto the wet compound tyres, I think, is German. Yeah, he's gone onto the wets now, so has Sam Green. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what the strategy call here is for the likes of German in the Alpine, Sam Green in the Mercedes. A few other drivers coming into the pits as well. I think the rain is coming back. It's going to be heavier in a few more seconds. I think Liam, Troy just said, no, Liam, what have you done now? I think Liam might have got the right call here. So is Serious Mushroom, because I think the rain might be coming back and it might be getting a bit stronger. Although I've just said that and Kaz is coming to the pits. So I'm not quite sure who's right and who's wrong. We've got a bit of a mix of strategies here coming, I think, because a few drivers staying out on the intermediate compound tyres and a few drivers going back to the wet compound tyres. So it's an interesting strategy call here. I'm not quite sure which one's right, and it might be right in that crossover where you can't really tell. So that is going to be a bit of an interesting one, especially for the restart of this under this safety car. Once Kaz has caught up to the back of the queue, that is. But yeah, blimey, it's definitely going to be a difficult restart, this one, especially if you can't quite gauge which tyre is the best tyre to be on. And it might be that the Inters, it might be the wets will be the best one to be racing on, and when they get that safety car in. But I'm not quite sure. We'll find out. It looks like at the moment everybody is just catching up to the queue for the time being. And yeah, we'll be back underway very, very shortly. We are 18 laps in to 71, so we've got about say about 50 laps or so, 53 laps to go, I think it is. So we're almost there. I'm not sure where there is, but we're almost there. Just waiting for Kaz now to catch up to the queue. And we'll be back underway for green flag running. But yeah, once again back into the pits is German and Sam Green as well. This time Sam Green going on the intermediate compound tyres. German serving his penalty, of course, that he picked up for speeding the pit lane on the last pit stop. And he was going to come out behind Sam Green, and he is back on the intermediate compound tyres. So maybe the Inters are the right tyre. Baguette there coming through into P11. They're getting past Sam Green and German, of course, who are both in the pit lane. And Yeah, so maybe the intermediate compound tyres are the right tyre. Or having said that, Scooby Stew has decided to pit for the wet compound tyres. So just to confuse me even more, he's decided to put the wets on. So the only drivers now is Scooby Stew, Liam Yeh and Serious Mushroom on the wet compound tyres. Everybody else is on the intermediates. So that will be their restart tyre, I think, when we get going again in this race. As Kaz there just going a bit too fast around turn one there. Just make sure it keeps clean, calm and collected, and you'll get to the finish line, Kaz. So good stuff indeed. Like I said, once all the drivers have caught up to the safety car queue, we'll be back underway for green flag running. I think it might be lap 20 once Kaz and Scooby Stew have got onto the back of the crocodile, and then we'll be back underway. But like I said, Liam Yeh and Serious Mushroom, 18 laps on those wet compound tyres. Is that going to play a factor as well? Will the intermediates warm up much quicker and get themselves further up the order quickly as well? Because I think those wet compound tyres might be getting to, I don't know how long they can last, to be honest. Maybe they can last the whole race. So maybe they're not too worn at all, but I think they might have a bit of tyre wear, especially compared to those fresh intermediate compound tyres behind them as well. The likes of Lucas Percy, Acid Masters, that safety car came at a great time for them because they were on the wet compound tyres and they decided to pit at the right time. According to them, it was the right time. We'll have to find out if the weather is going to be the correct, or if that's going to be the correct call, depending on the weather, of course, that is. And yeah, once they've got themselves underway, we will find out, as it looks like Kaz and Scooby Stew are having difficulties trying to keep up with the safety car queue. So unfortunately, the safety car will stay out for a bit. So into the pits once again goes Scooby Stew. So he's called it a day on those wet compound tyres as well. So an interesting strategy call there. So he decided to come into the pit for more wets, and then come back in the lap later and take them off, it looks like, as well. Unless he's going back onto wets as well. He's got a front wing change there, that's why he's coming into the pits. So not good news for Scooby Stew. He's onto the intermediate compound tyres now. Kaz has got back into P14, but they are quite a way back from the safety car as it stands at the moment. I think they've lost time on that lap, unfortunately, somehow for Kaz. And Scooby Stew definitely has as well, having to make that pit stop for the front wing. So now they're going to have to try and get back to the safety car queue. But like I said, it's better to take your time and get to the safety car queue rather than put it into a wall. So just make sure you get to that safety car queue, and then you'll be back in the race as per normal. But yeah, I think we're going to be right, so the other drivers are going to make this is not going to be good news for the other drivers, of course, because their tyres are going to get colder and colder as the more time they spend. All the safety car is coming in, so it's decided to stop waiting now for Kaz and Scooby Stew. Liam Yeh is going to be the lead car now as the safety car peels away up towards the pit entry. But Liam Yeh will decide when to put the hammer down now for the restart of this race. But I think he's biding his time now, just making sure he gets over the hill safely, and he's now going to go full beams towards the start-finish line. Liam Yeh doing a great job there on this race, controlling this race at the start. It looks like both the wet compound tyres of Serious Mushroom and Liam Yeh have got away very nicely as well from that restart. So maybe the intermediates are not the right tyre at this stage of the race. It doesn't look like it at the moment, does it? Or maybe they're just warming up a bit quicker, a bit slower, I should say, than the wets. But you would expect it to be all the way around. So I'm not quite sure what's the call there. But everybody else on the intermediate compound tyres is yeah, like I said, a bit far back. The likes of Scooby Stew and Kaz are really far back because they couldn't catch up to the safety car queue on that restart, unfortunately for them. But they're still in the race. Of course, there's another safety car or something like that, then they will be in the fray. So there's nothing to give up just yet. There's Kaz and Scooby Stew switching places. Scooby Stew now up into P14. Kaz dropping down the order. Serious Mushroom and Liam Yeh still out in the lead. The top two, that is, but they're being caught now by Lucas Percy and Acid Masters. I think the warm up on those intermediate compound tyres was just a bit too slow on that restart, but now they're in the window already. We'll be pushing on to try and get past the top two who are on the wet compound tyres. Acid Master's having a difficult time there. We just saw him almost lose control of the car. It's going to put him under pressure now from AC Immortal. Up the hill they go. Is it going to be side by side? This is going to be dangerous as well, as we've seen a few incidents here already just for drivers on their own. But they've managed to make it through unscathed. AC Immortal are now up into P4, and Acid Master's dropping down into P5. Acid Master's coming back around the outside into turn 1, but I don't think he's going to be able to make that move. AC Immortal keeps the position there. And yeah, Acid Masters is slotting in to P5. Dan Murphy's got himself up into P6, which is good stuff. And the reflection into P8 as well. Good stuff from him as well. Baguette there picks up a penalty there on the exit of turn 2. Like I said, it's an easy place to pick up a penalty and get the 3 warnings. Looks like the same for RDW and for Ewok Jr. as well, unfortunately for them. But yeah, nonetheless, there's still plenty of laps to go. There's still plenty of gaps to create. So stay tuned to that one. Serious Mushroom really putting the pressure now on Liam, yeah, as is Lucas Percy on both of them, trying to make a move now into turn 7, but no dice for the Aston Martin. Can he go around the outside here? No, it's going to be too tight for him to get through that gap there. Unfortunately for Lucas Percy, he's going to have to bide his time once again into the in the background there. AC Immortal has joined the party, as has Acid Masters. I think Dan Murphy will be in there very soon as well. So the wet compound tyres now, I think, might have been the wrong call. They looked like the right call on the first restart lap, but not so much anymore, as Lucas Percy is really putting the pressure on Serious Mushroom here, going around the outside. Looks like here over AC. Oh, there's contact there on Serious Mushroom, and that is caused him to spin around there. Unfortunately for Serious Mushroom, I think there was I'm not quite sure if there was enough space there, but yeah, nonetheless he's got himself back underway, or has he? He needs to get into first gear, and there we go. We can get cracking in the right direction. But yeah, Baguette there getting past, being passed by German, up into P10 now, into the points. There's German as well in the Alpine. Good stuff indeed from him. Serious Mushroom has called it a day on those wet compound tyres. He's into the pits, and he's going to be coming through. Depending to put the intermediate compound tyres on, I think he might have called it a day now on those wet compound tyres. Liam will be the only driver left then on the wet compound tyres as well, so we'll see what he can do on those wet compound tyres, if he's going to switch them now, or is he going to wait for something else to happen in this race for him to get onto the lovely intermediate compound tyres. That is, so he's now stuck on the wets after that safety car restart. Lucas Percy, AC Immortal are very keen to try and get past and try and take the lead of this race, but it's still going to be a long one to go. 48 laps to go, I should say, something like that. Anyway, can't do the maths in my head that quickly, but there we go. AC Immortal now pushing Lucas Percy up the hill pretty much. Oh, was there a bit of contact there? Hopefully not. I think everyone's all right. It was just a bit squirrely there from the Aston Martin. Around the outside goes AC Immortal. That is almost onto the sort of asphalt there, but he's managed to keep it on the track. And now Dan Murphy sets the fastest lap of the race. Dan Murphy really doing a good job there. P5 there for Dan. German now up into P9, getting ahead of RDW. I think just about. He has made the move. I think he's up into P9 now. Dopey Lemons picks up a 3-second penalty there for, I think, track extension there at turn 2 as well. It seems like turn 2 is where everyone's getting their penalties now, isn't it? Where their warnings are coming in. RDW is really pushing now to try and get back past German, but I think he just needs to bide his time. He's in the points. He's doing a good job. Is RDW. So you can just stick with the Alpine, try and use the Alpine to pull himself along. I missed the switch for the lead. Lucas Percy has taken the lead of the race ahead of Liam. Yeah, now Liam there dropping down the order after starting on pole position and staying in control of this race from the get-go as well. AC Immortal really trying to push himself through to try and get up into P2 as well. That is only going to help Lucas Percy trying to get away now. Around the outside, around the inside, down the outside, everywhere goes AC Immortal. He's gone around the outside here of Liam. Yeah, what a fantastic move that is. Up into P2 now is AC Immortal there as they go into Sector 3. And blimey, that was a great move indeed. That was very clean, very calm, and very fair, in my opinion. So there we go. But now Acid Masters, I think, is going to be putting pressure on Liam. No, he's not, because Liam has called it a day. He's into the pits, I should say. I think he might have called it a day on those wet combine tyres, going on to the intermediates. German there sets the fastest lap of the race, looking to get after Dopey Lemons there for P7 now. Liam is going to be dropping down quite a long way, unfortunately, for the Alpine driver. Having started on pole position, he's now going to be down in 12th, I think. It looks like Scooby Stew and Serious Mushroom are not going to be able to catch up to him at this stage of the race. But there we go. Mushroom, my warrior, still going, says Troy. Of course, doing a good job in this one. And like I said earlier as well, you never know what's going to happen. We've still got quite a lot of laps to go, so you can never rule it out. You might be able to get another safety car and get yourself back into this race, back into the points. You never know. So just stay at it and just keep it calm, keep it clean and consistent, and you'll be able to get some good points potentially at the end of the race. AC Immortal now is on the back of Lucas Percy. He's really pushing that Aston Martin, and he's been very close by all the race as well. Now the Alpines are out of contention. It looks like the Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri are going to be battling away for the race win. We'll find out, of course, how it goes as Scooby Stew picks up a 3-second penalty. Unfortunately for Scooby Stew, he's having a bit of a difficult time up there, but he's doing a good job of keeping going as well. But back to the lead of the race as AC Immortal and Lucas Percy just switching their fastest laps around, and now into turn 1 and turn 2, 6 tenths or 5 tenths. Always a bit of a slide there from AC Immortal. Reflection gets past Ewok Jr. into P5 around turn 1 as well. Good stuff from the McLaren driver as well. And now Ewok there just slotting into P6. He's got Dopey Lemons right behind him, and then Gurman is trying to get himself back up the order as well, starting in P3, and will be looking to try, or part P2 I should say. Both the Alpines are on the front row. So Gurman they're trying to get himself back up the order, as is Liam Yeh, having made that stop under green flag conditions where he could have maybe pit for the intermediates under the safety car. We shall find out what the strategy was there for Liam after the race, but yeah, nonetheless it's been an exciting one so far. 26 laps into this Brazilian Grand Prix. Around this sort of time we'd be finishing, no we wouldn't, I think it's 36 laps for the 50% race, wouldn't it? So yeah, we're almost halfway through, so it's like I said, it's been a bit of a long one so far, but of course the conditions have not been helping, of course, on this occasion, but we're almost there, don't you worry. We have got about 45 laps or so to go, something like that. So yeah, we're almost there, don't worry. But yeah, now Gurman there trying to get himself closer and closer towards that Williams. I think the Williams is doing a good job of trying to stick to the Mercedes in front of him as well. So he's being pulled along now in the tow. And looking very nice indeed for the drivers as they come through into turn 3 as well. And now onto the exit towards turn 4. Can they make a move? Can Dopey Lemons make a move on the Mercedes? No, not quite. He's just a bit too far back. Oh, he's very close there indeed to the... is that down the inside goes Gurman there. What an opportunistic move from the Alpine. He's made the move, stick up to P7. Great stuff indeed from Gurman. He saw the gap there and he went for it, as you would do as a racing driver. The famous Ayrton Senna has once said, as the Brazilian... as Dopey Lemons there lost control of the car there, trying to get himself back on track. Unfortunately lost places there to Sam Green and RDW. Out in front, AC Immortal and Lucas Percy battling away, and it looks like AC Immortal there did get the lead, but has lost out, I think, to Lucas Percy. Both of them seem to be struggling through the exit of sector 2. As AC Immortal is off the circuit there, he's managed to keep the car pointing in the right direction just about. He has done as well. He has done a good job of saving that car, to be fair. Really good job indeed in the AlphaTauri. Fantastic drive there from AC Immortal. What a save that was. Didn't give it justice, really, did I? But that was a fantastic save. And yeah, especially in those conditions. What a great drive that is from AC Immortal. Really good stuff. Unfortunately, he did lose a couple of places to Dan Murphy and Acid Masters because of that. But he has barely lost much. He hasn't lost much time, to be fair. He's lost a couple of seconds to Lucas Percy, but not much at all. Where it could have been much worse. So well done to AC Immortal for keeping that car on the track. Gurman there getting himself up into P6 ahead of Ewok there into turn 4, and the Mercedes there just dropping down the order slightly, but Gurman there of course trying to make amends after having to sort of come into the pits twice really under that safety car period to serve his 5-second penalty as well, getting that sorted and out of the way, but now it's up into P6 and looking to set his sights on getting past Reflection now to P5 as well. 2.5 seconds up the road is the McLaren. Elsewhere, let's have a look. Sam Green is close to the back of RDW. Can he get himself further up the points order as well in the Mercedes, the other Mercedes that is, getting round into the Horseshoe as well. Looking to try and make a move now on the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he can do now as he comes into Yuncao. Coming through here into the penultimate corner, or I think there's actually 2 more corners after this, technically, but a penultimate corner really, isn't it? So there we go, up the hill. Sam Green taking a wider line into that corner, and then of course maximising on the exit. Can he make a move down into turn 1? He's using the RS to try and get as close as he can to that Alfa Romeo. Can he make a dive into turn 1? Will he make a dive into turn 1? No, he's thought better of it. He's decided to keep himself calm and wait for another opportunity, a better opportunity later in the race. So not too shabby from Sam Green. He's doing a good job there in his first appearance in ALR as well. And of course, qualified in the top 10, is in the top 10 as it stands at the moment as well. So always going to be always going to get some points there if you can do that. So good stuff indeed. Yeah, everyone else seems to be all right at the moment. It seems anyway. So good stuff. I think everyone just like I say, trying to keep it calm and consistent now. They've really got into the sort of flow of this race now as well. Dan Murphy up into P3 from P17, I think it was. Let's have a look at the position changes. P19 looks like actually. Is it 16 places? Yes. Good stuff indeed from Dan Murphy. He's up 16 places, nine places as well for Acid Master. Started just outside the top 10, didn't he, in P11. And done a great job so far of getting through the order. ACM Auto now putting the pressure on Dan Murphy in the Haas. Let's see if we can make a move into turn 1. Dan using the ERS to try and get away from the Alpha Tauri, and it looks like they have that into turn 1. Looks like they're going to do normal service has resumed in this one. Sam Green is very close to the back of the Alfa Romeo once again down the main straight. Can he make a move into turn 1? He's going to go for it. He's going side by side with RDW. He's up the inside. He's gone very deep though into turn 1. RDW's going to come back on the switchback here. Oh, it's going to be contact. It was very close indeed. And Sam has done a great job of controlling that car, making sure it doesn't spin. He's lost a lot of time there, but thankfully he's not lost too much time. He would have done if he did spin it out. Dopey Lemons is right behind now, but yeah, Sam Green I think will be able to get himself back underway and get after RDW once again. ACM Auto there trying to battle through, trying to get past Dan Murphy. Dan Murphy now sticking to Acid Masters as well. So all three of these drivers doing a great job, and it looks like ACM Auto's getting a bit getting very keen to try and get past now, isn't he? Like I said, unfortunately there was I don't know if there was a contact with Lucas Percy, but it was an unfortunate mistake from the Alpha Tauri driver, it looked like, where he just lost control of the car slightly coming up the hill here after this corner. And that cost him a bit of time, cost him to lose positions to Acid Masters and Dan Murphy indeed. So now coming up the hill this time, it looks like he's going to be a lot closer to the Haas. Let's ride on board. He's using the ERS once again. It looks like Dan is using the ERS as well to try and stay away from the Alpha Tauri front wing. And it looks like once again it's neutralised both the drivers there, both the attack from the Alpha Tauri and the defence from the Haas. It's all good. Good evening to Styles, has joined us in the chat as well. Thank you very much for joining us as well. We're 31 laps into the 71 laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix, round 1 for the ALR 100% League. And I'm losing my breath. It's been 31 laps of commentary, really. Kaz has jumped into the pits. He's coming back out now. I think he's been lapped there by an Alpine. It looks like. I'm not quite sure who that is. No, has he been lapped? I'm not quite sure if he has. I think he has been lapped, unfortunately. Here it looks like. Yes, he's on the medium compound tyres. So I don't think that is the right call. Let's have a look. And just confirm, yes he is. I really am not sure about that. It doesn't look like it's the right conditions, although it is trying. The rain has slowed down. It's definitely from the start of this race it's a lot better, but I don't think it's the right time just yet for the dry compound tyres. We've got a yellow flag somewhere for somebody. I don't know who it was. I'm not quite sure. I think everyone seems alright, so that is good. Yes, but Kaz there has decided to go for the medium compound tyres. Interesting choice there, I should say. Loving the Vettel helmet from Dan Murphy, says Sean Meek in the comment section. Let's have a look at that again because I completely missed it. And he's trying to get past Acid Master. He's trying to defend as well from ACM Auto. He's doing a good job so far. Sam Green has got past RDW this time into turn 1. Has he made the move stick? I've got another yellow flag somewhere. It's for Kaz. He's off in no man's land really at the moment. I think those medium compound tyres are definitely not the right call, unfortunately, for the Ferrari driver. So he just needs to make sure he can get himself back onto the track and maybe back into the pits for the intermediates. We've got a yellow flag somewhere for somebody, and it is for Gurman, who's had a problem there at the exit of turn 5. He's off. He went off the circuit, it looks like, as well. He's just recovering the car now, and unfortunately that's cost him a few places as well. He was ahead of Ewok Jr. and Baguette as well. He's now dropped down to P8. Unfortunately for the Alpine driver, he's now got to try and get back past Baguette and Ewok as well, and he's lost a lot of time. He's now 9 seconds, just over, almost 10 seconds behind Reflection in P5 now as well. So he's got some time to gain, but there's still plenty of laps left in this one. Kaz is he's trundling on actually on those medium compound tyres, so maybe he's seen something that we haven't. Yeah, we'll find out very shortly. Let's have a look, and we'll go back to this because we want to see Dan Murphy's Vettel helmet. Almost caught a glimpse of it there, but he didn't quite. Once again, Ewok Jr. and Gurman battling away into the pits comes Ewok Jr. It's like he's trying to call it a day on the intermediate compound tyres. Baguette has been passed over by Gurman. Gurman now back up into P6 where he was before. Into the pits comes Ewok. Let's see what tyres he's going to go on to. Is he going to go on to the dry compound tyres? He's serving a penalty, I think. I'm not quite sure. It seems to be he seems to be stuck there for quite a while. Hopefully they are sorting something out. He's onto the medium compound tyres, so that is another interesting strategy call. He's decided to call it a day on those on the wet compounds at all completely, and now onto the dry compound tyres. It's still raining here in the pit lane, at least. So I'm not quite sure what the right call is here. Serious Mushroom's gone through into P13. That's a good job from Serious Mushroom. He's stuck at it and he's got back up into the order. And let's see what Ewok now can do on those medium compound tyres. It looks like he's got stuck on the pit exit, in the pit exit that is. It looks like he's having a bit of a difficulty trying to get out of the pits. That front wing doesn't look like it's even there on my screen, but hopefully that's just a glitch. Nope, he's lost the car already on the exit of the pit lane. So that is definitely not good news for Ewok. He is definitely on the wrong compound tyre, in my personal opinion. But that is clearly there is something going on, because the mediums for Kaz were put on a couple of laps ago. Ewok Jr. is almost going to be lapped now, I think. I think he's got his front wing. No, he's got a front wing there, but it seems to not be there at the same time for me. I'm not quite sure if that's just a visual glitch, but it looks like it's there. Well, the end plates are there, but he's missing the main part of the wing. He's just driven off the circuit, has Ewok Jr. I don't think it's time for the medium compound tyres. Hopefully he can get that to the pits safely without causing any VSCs or safety cars, and get himself back into this race. Because yeah, it just doesn't look like the mediums are the right compound tyre to be using right now. Although I will say that the rain has stopped slightly. So it's still spitting a little bit there. It's drizzling very slightly now, but as German's got a 3-second penalty there coming through into the middle of sector 2 now, and unfortunately for him, he's having to recover the car. So is Ewok Jr. He's off the circuit once again. It is definitely not the right time for the mediums as he's spinning the car around trying to get going again. Unfortunately, it's just a bad call there on the strategy by Mercedes there, unfortunately. And he just needs to get himself back into the race, back into the order as well. Trying to get up this hill is going to be difficult for him though, so just making sure he takes it easy. He's got some cars behind him now with, as he's just driven off into the wall now, it looks like, unfortunately for him. So he just needs to make sure he gets himself back to the pits. I think you're going too fast to go around that corner, especially on the wrong compound of tyres. And yeah, he's going to come back into the pits now, thankfully. That is, it's all safe and sound now. So there's no dangers on the track, thankfully. Acid Masters is losing a bit of time here to Lucas Percy, but he's still got Dan Murphy for company. AC Immortal has dropped off the back of these two now. He was really pushing to try and get through, but he's decided to back off for the time being. Into the pits is he's gone onto the soft compound tyres now. I just don't think it's the right strategy call to go on to the dry compound tyres, unfortunately, as he's went onto the mediums now, I think, and he's now decided to go onto the soft compound tyres, which I think will still be very similar to what you were dealing with under the mediums, just because I think it's just still too wet on the circuit just to put those dry compound tyres on. We'll find out. He has had a bit of a better start, better getaway than he did on the medium compound tyres. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just unfortunately, I don't think it's just the time. AC Immortal, has got a fastest lap now. He is at sector 2. Yellow flags is for Ewok Jr., who's off the circuit at the exit of turn 4. Like I said, I think it would have been a better call to just go back onto the intermediates for the next few laps, and then go on to the dries when the dry track is actually there, because I don't think it's still not there at the moment, is it? You can see the rain has stopped now though. I think it has completely stopped. He's just getting out of the way now of the faster cars as well. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what the call here was, as it's he's just sort of doing a drift challenge now around through sector 2 here. But yeah, hopefully he can, like I said, get himself back into the race. And like I said, that's just frustration there from the Mercedes driver. But the problem with this is that, of course, you're on the wrong tyre at the wrong time. But you can't be doing that sort of thing to try and get yourself out of the race, because you need to make sure that you're fair on the other drivers. who are of course trying to run their own races as well. And a safety car, a needless safety car, is not good in my opinion anyway. So well, it's not good at all, is it? But there we go. So hopefully Ewok can get himself back to the pits, get those intermediate compound tyres on, and then we'll be underway for the rest of this race. This is off the circuit once again. And yeah, it's just, you could just see it's definitely not the right time for the dry compound tyres just yet, unfortunately for him. Or for anybody really. Kaz is also struggling on those medium compound tyres, but he's doing a better job of it, unfortunately, fortunately for him, than the Mercedes driver. Around the top of the hill goes Ewok. This time he's managed to keep it on the track. He's coming back into the pits as well now. And unfortunately gets a 5-second penalty for his troubles as well. Which is not good news for him. But into the top 10, I should say, is Liam Yeh. He's got past Dopey Lemons there for P10. Back into the top 10 as well. Onto the soft compound tyres once again goes Ewok Jr. He's had a wing change as well. Scooby Shoes picks up a 3-second penalty there with another track extension, unfortunately for him. Like I said, hopefully this time round Ewok might have it right, because I think the rain has stopped, so it might be a very dry track very quickly, because it does dry up around here quite quickly, although it seems like he's also struggling to get out of the pit lane. So yeah, it could be the right time now, but it still looks a bit treacherous as he comes out of the pit lane exit, trying to get the power down, and it's still looking like it's not the right time just yet. The drivers on the intermediate compound tyres are still doing good lap times. Of course, we saw AC Immortal there setting the fastest lap. Gurman now sets the fastest lap in P6, who's the 1:18.313. So I really think that at the moment it's still the intermediates that are the best tyre, and we can see that through the fast lap times that the guys are doing. It looks like Ewok is off the circuit once again, so he's not having a great time here. Through Acid Masters, Serious Mushroom and Scooby Stew, going through the top of the hill side by side. He said it was dangerous once. It's still dangerous now because the conditions are just not right for that sort of move, and Serious Mushroom there slotting him behind P12 of Scooby Stew. So doing a good job of recovering now. Ewok as well needs to get himself back into the bits and put the intermediate compound tyres on. If you can hear me, put the inters on. Just put the inters on and then you'll be all right. But yeah, like I said, just get the inters on for the time being. Again, we'll be back here. You can get back into this race from there. So yeah, good stuff indeed. Acid Masters Dan Murphy, AC Immortal and Reflection now are in their battle for the podium places. So it's going to heat up here, I think, very, very shortly. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how this battle's going to go, because it looks like AC Immortal had the pace. Into the pits comes Ewok Jr. once again. Hopefully he can get the intermediate compound tyres on this time, and fingers crossed he can anyway. So we'll get back to that one very shortly. But into turn 4 we go. It looks like no moves here. Liam Yeh and RDW battling into turn 1 and turn 2. Through they go. Liam Yeh's got the move done just about. Yeah, he has got through now, up into P9 there. RDW dropping down into P10. But some good battling there from Liam Yeh, trying to get himself back up the order, having made that pit stop a few laps ago now, 14 laps ago it says on the telemetry. Compared to the drivers ahead of him, he is only on 8 lap younger tyres. Sorry, there we go, got my words out. Serious Mushroom, Scooby Stew switching places as well. Serious Mushroom now up into P12. Great drive from Serious Mushroom after having that spin. Ewok is back out of the pits, onto the intermediate compound tyres. That is what we wanted to see. Good stuff indeed. Although Kaz is still going on those mediums, he's really good, doing a good job. He's like I said, having a bit of a difficult time, I think, just trying to keep the car on track. But he's managing to keep it on the right, on the straight and narrow so far. Although having said that, he's come into the pits and he's almost drifted the car into the pits there as well. So good stuff indeed. Dan Murphy now all over the background of Muffin. He's really pushing, as is AC Immortal through turns 1, 2 and 3, the center S's. Here comes the Alpha Tauri. Can he get a move down into turn 4? No, not quite. I think he's just handed the back off. Dan Murphy using the ERS there to defend this time as well. And yeah, it looks like Acid Master trying to get away into the back of the he's been nerfed there by AC Immortal. That is unfortunately, that would have been AC Immortal's fault. And there's a yellow flag there for someone. Yeah, I think it was definitely AC Immortal there who gave the Haas a bit of a nudge there, unfortunately, and that has cost himself position to Reflection as well. Reflection now up into P4. Ewok has just said, sorry, there's nothing to be sorry about. You're still in the race. Keep going. You've got time to get back in this race. Of course, at the end of the race as well, if it does turn into dry compound tyres, I suggest putting the softs on in the last few laps and going for a fastest lap point, because that is still available to anybody who finishes whichever position you are in. So yeah, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Lucas Percy there sets the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:18.285 on those intermediate compound tyres. It is getting a bit faster, I think, so the dries might not be too far off. Reflection now looking for a move now down the inside into turn 1 on the Haas. No, not quite. Ewok Jr. picks up a 3-second penalty there, but of course it doesn't matter just yet. He needs to keep going in this race. Reflection there really trying to get through. Mason, which has just dropped off the back. I'm not sure if he's got any wing damage there from that shunt. But unfortunately it seems like he's out of the battle for the time being, but we'll probably try and get that gap back down in this race. Reflection now is in the fray. Sam Green as well on the back of Baguette there on the intermediate compound tyres. Liam, yeah, is coming up to this battle. I think he's 3 seconds off P8 and P7 as it stands at the moment, but it's bringing that gap down gradually as well. But the closest battle on track so far, or at the moment, is Reflection and Dan Murphy for P3 and P4, and this is for the final podium place as well in the first race of the season for the ALR 100% League. It's been a cracking race so far. 41 laps have been completed. We're over halfway. We have a yellow flag. Who is that? It's an AlphaTauri, I think. It is Scooby Stew. Unfortunately for Scooby Stew, he's having a bit of a difficult time. Again, it's the same place that he's had the issues before as well. The exit of turn 3, which doesn't seem to be very kind to him, unfortunately, does it? So unfortunately for him, he's dropped down the order there. But nonetheless, he's back underway now. Good stuff indeed from him. AC Immortal has brought that gap down as well. He's got the fastest lap of the race, a 17.649. That is almost, well, I think it's over 5/10 half a second faster than the previous fastest lap time as well. So that is really showing the pace from AC Immortal. He's got the pace to get after these drivers. There's the yellow flag there in sector 2, and that is Scooby Stew once again. He's off the circuit as well. He needs to get himself back on that grey stuff and off the green stuff. And there we go. He's got himself back underway. Into the pits comes RD Wee, who's called it a day now on those intermediate compound tyres. Coming into the pit, is he going to put on the dry compound tyres this time? Like I said, it has dried out. It has stopped raining for quite a while now. AC Immortal picks up a 3-second battery there for multiple track extensions. He's on to the medium compound tyres, is RD Wee. Is that going to be the right call? We've seen a few drivers struggle already. Kaz has already come off the medium compound tyres and back onto the intermediates as well. I just don't think it's drying up too quickly around the circuit here. I think it's just a bit too humid for that rain to disperse, for that water to disperse as well, I should say. And yeah, coming out of the pits, he's clouted the wall. Scooby Stew has had a big smash there at the top of the hill. Is that going to be a safety car? I think it is. Yes, the safety car is out. And there is the stricken AlphaTauri at the exit of the top of the hill. Intermediates, carrying on is Acid Masters on the intermediates. Dan Murphy is carrying on as well. We've got some people coming in the pits. There's AC Immortal coming in the pits. Lucas Percy is pit for the soft compound tyres. So we'll be looking for it to dry up quite quickly around the circuit now as well. But we've got once again another safety car here. And yeah, we're going to be looking to see how the drivers can deal with this. Like I said, the concentration is key. It looks like Scooby Stew, unfortunately, just lost that concentration at the last moment at the top of the hill there. Liam, yeah, coming through as well now into P6 and coming through into P6. Dopey Lemmons coming through as well into P7. But like I said, a few drivers coming in, a lot of drivers coming in for dry compound tyres as well. Looks like the mediums are the preferred choice. Lucas Percy's gone for the soft compound tyres. He's had a spin at the bottom of the hill, it looks like, at the exit of turn 4, and that is probably an indicator that the tyres are not the right choice just at the moment, because it looks like those soft compound tyres are not. Well, maybe you're just trying to warm them up, but they're not the right tyre if it's going to be a tyre to easily spin the car at. Liam Yeo has cruised up to the back of him here, so if he has any more spins, he will be losing that P4 as well. Serious Mushroom is coming to the pits. He's put on the medium compound tyres. It looks like the mediums are the preferred choice of tyre for the time being, although some drivers have stayed out on the intermediate compound tyres. Sam Green is actually pit for the intermediate compound tyres from here as well, so maybe it's not the right time just yet, although the rain has stopped quite a lot. AC Immortal is off the circuit here, looking to get himself back on, and I think that might be a penalty as well coming from. Wait, no, it wasn't. I thought it was going to give him the 10-second penalty for cutting the corner, but thankfully not. So yeah, he's back underway. Unfortunately, those medium compound tyres, I think, are just getting them warmed up, getting in the right temperature window, as Lucas Percy is off the circuit and has lost positions to Liam and Dopey Lemons as well. He's down into P6 now. Those soft compound tyres, just not the right tyre for the time being. And yeah, it's not looking good, unfortunately, for the dry compound tyres just yet, is it? They're going to have to hope that under the safety car the track just dries out massively. No, we haven't got anybody in the pit. It's Gernman having a problem there at the exit of Young Cow, it looks like, up into the top of the hill, and he's had a bit of a spin there. He's down into P10 now, as Kaz picks up a 3-second penalty there for multiple warnings. We've got a Mercedes there. Who's that? It must have been Ewok there, just going a bit slowly as well at the top of the hill. Hopefully he's all right. Into the pits comes Gernman as well. He decides to call it a day now on those medium. Is he going to pit for more dry compound tyres, or is he going to go on to back to the intermediate compound tyres? We shall find out. Let's have a look on board. He's gone on to the intermediates. So yeah, I think knowing the expertise of Gernman, I think he's probably made the right call there. So I think the Inters are probably the best race tyre for the time being. But like I said, it seems to be it stopped raining, but I think the track is just not drying out. Unfortunately for the drivers here, they can't really get. They're in between that sort of call, the strategy call here. You can put the dry tyres on and it's the right call, or it stay on the Inters and it's the better call. And I think at the moment the Inters are the better call at the moment, so we'll have to stick with them for the time being. 27 laps on the Inters for Acid Masters, who now leads the race. Dan Murphy in P2 from P19 as well. It's pretty good indeed. Reflection there in P3. Liam is now back up into P4 as well, on much fresher intermediate compound tyres as well, I might say. Dopey Lemons there in P5, Reflection in Liam Yale, just switching places as Liam Yale is into the pits. So maybe he's going to go onto the dry compound tyres. You can never tell with these drivers what they're going to do. It's going to be all over the place, in my opinion. But into the pits now comes Liam Yale. He's going on to the medium compound tyres. So once again, in my opinion, the strategy call is all over the place, because then Gernman's just pitted for intermediates, and then we've just had Liam pit for mediums. So I'm not quite sure what the right call is, as ACM Auto is back into the pits as well. Is he going to go on to the intermediates? He's going back onto the intermediates as well. I can't tell what is going on here, because there's drivers going on mediums and drivers going on inters all over the place. I'm not quite sure what that Mercedes is doing there. It seems like just trying to catch up to the safety car queue. So once we're all back into the bunch, we'll be back underway. I think Serious Mushroom is back on the lead lap now as well. So if he can get himself back into the safety car queue, he could be on for some points here as well, which will be very good indeed for Serious Mushroom. He would be my candidate for driver of the day as well, especially after that performance. So yeah, just needs to make sure he keeps it on the track though. He looks like he's having a bit of trouble there in doing that into turn one. But yeah, coming back now onto the circuit and getting himself back into the Crocodile for the restart of this race. Good stuff indeed. So yeah, like I think, safety car is in this lap. That's a bit of a dampener on Serious Mushrooms there. Serious Mushroom there, unfortunately. But hopefully, like I said, so long as he can still stay in this race, he might be able to get some points here and there, nonetheless. Because I think there might be a few drivers who might be on the wrong strategy call here, because there's some drivers on the dries, some drivers on the intermediates, and I think the track is drying out. Because there has not been any rain falling for the last few laps or so, and of course the more times the drivers drive around this circuit, it disperses the water as well. So that is going to be quite good news for the likes of Serious Mushroom, RDW, Baguette, and Liam. Yeah, into the pits comes Lucas Percy. Oh, there's a bit of a smash there. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Is Liam coming into the pits now as well as Lucas Percy. Gernman's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. And that is going to cost him, it's cost him 5 seconds, obviously. So there we go. Liam Percy's back in the pits for inters. Liam is back in the pits for a front wing change and inters as well. So I'm not quite sure what the call there was. It looks like everyone trying to get off the dry compound tyres now. Serious Mushroom is back in the pits, and he's going to call it a day, I think, on the dries once again. So it seems like only Baguette, only Alfa Romeos are staying out on the dry compound tyres for now. As Riyad Mahrez has scored for Manchester City, that's not good news. But anyway, yeah, so Serious Mushrooms coming in. He's going on to the inters as well. So it looks like now we've got more rain forecast, because the drivers seem to be switching off of these dry compound tyres and onto intermediate compound tyres. We've got a spinner there of Baguette there. Baguette is off the circuit. looking to recover that Alfa Romeo. I think maybe those it's because of those medium compound tyres. They're just not the right strategy call as it stands at the moment. But nonetheless, they've got themselves back underway. Ewok Jr. and Kaz are battling it out up the hill. Ewok has got that move done and dusted. Now Kaz is just slotting into P14. Gurman has got the AC Immortal has got the fastest lap of the race. He has just done a 17.302 on those intermediate compound tyres that he just put on the last lap or so. RDW dropped down behind Liam Yeh now. The mediums are done for, I think it seems, as we've got once again another spinner there for Baguette. Unfortunately for Baguette, just come to recover that car, try and get it back on the circuit. Liam Yeh going to come through now up into P9, and Baguette there just trying to get herself back to the pits, I think on this occasion. Nope, she's carrying on this one, so it looks like that's done and dusted, as is RDW as well. So both of them sticking it out now on those medium compound tyres. Serious Mushroom is gaining great guns on the two ahead of him now because of their choice of sticking with the medium compound tyre. Baguette is once again having difficulties there at the exit of turn 1, and Serious Mushroom now coming down the main straight. I think there might be some points on offer for Serious Mushroom here, as he's very close indeed to jumping the two Alfa Romeos who are ahead of him now, especially if they have to make another pit stop, or an unscheduled pit stop as well, that is. Yeah, now rounds turn 3 and 4 go Serious Mushroom. We'll follow his progress very shortly. Kaz has got racing about it, unfortunately, for multiple warnings. And Dan Murphy is all over the back of Acid Masters for the lead of this race. We're on lap 48 now of 71. We've got about 23 laps to go, 22 laps to go, not too long now. Serious Mushroom's got past Baguette now, up into P11 is the Haas driver. Can he get both Haas's into the top 10? He's not too far off RDW. If RDW has to make a pit stop, he will have to. He will be able to jump into the top 10 with Serious Mushroom. Gurman has got the fastest lap. Lucas Percy now has the fastest lap, and that is a 15.830. That is an absolutely rapid time. That is almost a dry time. So I think, to be fair to the Alfa Romeos, they might be on the right call here. We'll have to find out. It will be very close indeed, but I still think the pace of Serious Mushroom on those inters, we've seen him bring that gap down massively over the last lap or so to both the Alfa Romeos. He's got past one. Can he get past the other? I think he's really going to be pushing for it. But like I said, I think it's Baguette there having a bit of an issue there at the top of the hill, or coming over the hill, I should say, just recovering the car nicely as well. Ewok Jr. is a lap down, as is Kaz as well, I think. But for some reason the Delta's not showing that. But nonetheless, we'll crack on. Yeah, it looks like it should be dry now. It should be dry because the cars have been going around for quite a long time without any rain falling, and they would have been just dispersing this water, but it just doesn't look like it's just the right time. Look at the Alfa Romeos; they're struggling so much on these medium compound tyres. Serious Mushroom has flown past almost dangerously there. I think that was a bit dangerous, to be fair, but he's managed to get past RDW nonetheless and up into the top 10 as well. Now Serious Mushroom back in the points. Good stuff indeed from the Haas driver. Lucas Percy gets the fastest lap once again, a 15.823, not far off in my opinion from a dry time. AC Immortal gets past Sam Green now for P5, and he's going to try and get himself past Dopey Lemons next. 30 lap fresher tyres, I should say, for AC Immortal at this stage of the race, compared to Dopey Lemons ahead of him, 32 laps for the top 3, and it looks like that those times will be coming down now for AC Immortal. It's going to be absolutely rapid, because if they're on the right tyre, that is. And like I said, we're in that limbo, I think, because the rain has not been falling for the last 10 laps or so, maybe even more. So it's really just a question of when I think it will be the dry tyres, if not soon, if not now. But here comes AC Immortal once again, trying to get past Dopey Lemons. He's gone round down the inside, I should say. He's got the move done and dusted, and up into P4 now. Good stuff indeed from the AlphaTauri driver. And now into turn 1, he's got that move done up into P4. He's got about 4 seconds to the lead of this race. He's not far off at all, so he could be able to get in contention actually for the race lead. Gurman has once again set the fastest lap, but it's been displaced by Percy as well, who's now done a 15.495. I think we're getting closer to towards a dry time now. I don't want to jinx it, because of course somebody will probably put the dry tyres on now and it won't go well. But I think we're getting very, very close to that window. We're on lap 50 of 71. We've got 22 laps, or 21 and a half laps to go now in this race. It's been an absolutely spectacular race so far. 50 laps in, and blimey, I'm going to be out of breath. Well, I'm already out of breath, as you can tell, but I'm going to be out of breath for tomorrow, I think, as well. I'm not going to be able to speak tomorrow, but nonetheless, these drivers have put on a great show in the first opener of, well, the only opener, but the first race of the season for the ALR 100% League. That is going to be every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. until hopefully 9:30 p.m. because, like I said, we hopefully won't have rain every race, but we might have to turn that off and keep it on a nice dry setting. But there we go. But nonetheless, we'll crack on with that, and we'll crack on with that next week. But in the meantime, we've got 20 laps of Brazil to do. All the drivers now are doing a great job of getting themselves sorted. It looks like 14.949 there for Lucas Percy. He is going great guns to try and get that gap down to German, and also to get himself further up the order as well. But I think, like I said, the times that he's setting, because he's off the circuit, he just about saved it there. That looked like it was going to get dangerous there for the Aston Martin, but he's managed to keep it on track. Very nicely done indeed. And yeah, like I said, it looks like the dry, I don't know what the dry time would be. It was with 108s, wasn't it, in qualifying roughly? So yeah, we would be expecting to be a few seconds slower than that in the race anyway. As Sam Green, no, it's Ewok Green now, unfortunately having a bit of trouble there. Just getting the car back on track now at the exit of turn 5. Fair play for Ewok to keep it going. He's doing a great job in this race. And like I said, one of the drivers, if he does sneakily get to the dry compound tyres at the very end, when the other drivers don't want to pit, then potentially he can get on the soft compound tyres and set the fastest lap and still get a point in this race for his efforts as well. Out in the lead though, the top 3 here are really, really close together. It's about 6 tenths or so that covers the top 3 so far, and they're doing a great job of keeping going in this race. They're doing a fantastic job of keeping it clean and calm in this race. Lucas Percy goes even faster. So here comes Reflection now. Can he get past Dan Murphy for P2? No, not quite. Not into turn 4, that is. He's going to have to bide his time. AC Immortal, as we can see, as he's got now 28 lap fresher tyres than the drivers, 3 drivers ahead of him, that is. So he's going to be on much faster tyres as it is right now. Ewok Jr. unfortunately gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Can he go on to the dry compound tyres now? I think he might be going on to the dries. It looks like he's going on those medium compound tyres again. So yeah, he's back onto the mediums. He's got a wing change to be made on that Mercedes as well. But away he goes. We've got a spinner there of Baguette. Unfortunately for Baguette, it's not going too well for her on the medium compound tyres as it stands at the moment. But like I said, I can see the dry line now. It just seems like it's there, and I'm not quite sure why the dries aren't working for the likes of the Alfa Romeos. And now for Ewok Jr., can he get some good pace up on those medium compound tyres and get some good laps in? We'll see, of course, when it looks like it's dry, because all the drivers are pouring into the pits now. Acid Masters, Dan Murphy, Reflection, AC Immortal, and Sam Green all coming in. German, I think, will follow them in. No, German staying out. Lucas Percy coming in. German sets the fastest lap of the race. It is time for the dry compound tyres. It looks like Acid Masters on the soft compound tyres. Dan Murphy as well. Reflection chooses the medium compound tyres, as AC Immortal and Sam Green. So interesting strategy calls here. But blimey, it just switched like that, didn't it? I thought, there's the dry line. I can see the dry line. I don't understand why the Inters are the best tyre. And there we go. We've just about switched on now to the dry compound tyres. We have got 18 laps to go, so that is half of 25% of a full distance. But it's also half of a 50% race. So the drivers have done a fantastic job of getting through this so far. They've done a really good race, in my opinion. So good job to all of them who are still in this race as well. And it's been a pleasure to commentate on so far, but I literally am losing my voice as I speak. So we'll see how it all unfolds. Now it looks like here RDE and Baguette might come back into this fray. Will they get themselves back into the points potentially? Serious Mushroom coming down the pit lane. He's coming out now. I think he will be ahead of RDE, who is coming down towards turn 1 right now. Dopey Lemons has entered the pits. I think German will follow him in now as well into the pits as well. So he will lose his second place, as will Dopey Lemons lose his race lead. But yeah, we'll see when they come out in just a few moments' time. Dopey Lemons onto the medium compound tyres. German is going to go onto the mediums as well, it looks like. So there we go. Dan Murphy has taken the lead, or not the lead, sorry, he's taken P2. Acid Masters has taken the lead, I should say. Reflection has got past up into P3. AC Immortal now into P4. Yellow flag for Dopey Lemons there. What's happened there? he was in the pit lane, wasn't he? I think he somehow teleported onto the track, which is not good news for Codemasters or for myself. But nonetheless, he's managed to get himself back underway out in P6 as well. Berman in P8. It looks like he's going to be ahead of his teammate Liam Yeh, who's now onto the medium compound tyres as well in P9. DRS is enabled. So we're back underway now with normal dry running. DRS is now going to be available to the drivers as well between the exit of the final turn and turn 1, and then of course from the exit of turn 3 down towards turn 4 as well. So that will help them get a boost to try and get overtakes done and to try and get past their rivals as well. But like I said, the gaps itself, only AC Immortal and Reflection are within DRS range of each other at the moment. AC Immortal now is going to have the DRS. Acid Master sets the fastest lap. Dan Murphy sets the fastest lap. Reflection will now set the fastest lap. No, he won't. AC Immortal, no, he won't. Dan Murphy sets the fastest lap. There we go. So I thought it was going to pour in there, but nonetheless, that's not what happened. So never mind. Dopey Lemons is back in the pits. I'm not quite sure what that's for. Hopefully he is A-OK. Dan Murphy there is he's lost. I thought he was quite close to Acid Master. Maybe there was something holding him up in the pits, unfortunately for Dan Murphy, but he's coming back out 3 seconds behind. AC Immortal still within DRS race. He's lost a bit of time actually there to Reflection. Dopey Lemons is having a wing change, so there must have been a bit of damage there for the Williams. I think there might have been an issue there coming out of the pits for him as well. We saw him sort of teleport onto the circuit rather than into the pit lane, staying in the pit lane that is. So yeah, unfortunately for him, he's had to come in back in for a wing change here. Serious Mushroom will not be able to get past him, I don't think, he's a bit too far back. So he'll stay in P10 and Dopey Lemons will come out in P9 and some good stuff for him. Acid Masters, sorry, not Acid, I keep getting these two mixed up, I don't know why. AC Immortal there, doing a great job as well in P4. He's now got the DRS available, he's 4 tenths back, I should say. Acid Masters sets the fastest lap of the race. AC Immortal there with the DRS, can he pull himself closer towards Reflection? Reflection is doing a great job there of sticking with Dan Murphy, picks up a 3 second penalty. That was not good news for him. That will cost him a P2 if it finishes as it stands right now. It is, but we have 15 laps left in this race. We are getting towards the closing stages. Don't fret, we're nearly there. But yeah, all the drivers doing a great job. They just need to keep themselves concentrated on this wonderful race that they're in, and they've all done a great job. As Liam Yeh sets the fastest lap as well. That of course, whichever driver sets the fastest lap will get the extra point, of course, at the end of the race. So I'll also send a good Ewok as well if he wants to. Maybe sneak onto the soft compound tyres at the end of the race or in the last few laps of the race. That is. As Ewok has been passed by Kansas, he said that. Don't be let. Oh. What? Okay. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Bear with us 1 second whilst we try and get ourselves back in the lobby. I don't think I can get back in the lobby now, can I? Because I'm the host. Right then. Well, I don't know what happens now. So yeah, I'll hopefully get back in somehow or rather. I don't know how. Is there anything I can do from here? I can request to join. Well, that's not very good, is it? I want to just... This is not good news. Rightio, bear with us 1 second. I switch accounts, and then hopefully the stream will stay up, and then I'll be able to what? Sorry, we'll get there eventually, don't you worry. No, it's not a restart. Yeah, bear with us. Like I said, I'll get hopefully get an invite through from somebody. Nobody sent an invite. Oh, I can join through this, hopefully. No. This is annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter about the PlayStation. It won't let me back in because I was the host of the previous lobby. So I need an invite to my personal account if anybody can hear me from the session. So German, I think, has done it. So let me hopefully join group. That's not good. Right, let me try just quitting the game or something. I don't really want to restart the stream, if at all possible. Let's see if it works this time. Yeah, bear with us. We'll get there eventually. Like I said, if I have to restart the stream, then I'll restart the stream. But hopefully we don't have to do that. Fingers crossed anyway. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can get back into the session very shortly. If it pops up with an error, then I think we're going to have to restart the stream, unfortunately. So bear with us. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to restart the stream quickly, so bear with us 1 second whilst I restart the PlayStation, and I'll be back very shortly. Oh, we might be able to get back in without having to worry about the PlayStation. Bear with us 1 second whilst we get ourselves sorted. Hopefully the stream will stay up. Why is it not working? Right, hang on. Well, for some reason it's not working at all now on the screen. Yeah, sorry about this. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but we can't get the picture, and I can't get back in the session anyway. So I think we're going to have to end the stream there anyway. Good stuff. Unfortunately, that has ruined it for the first race of the season. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's not good at all. Let me try and restart it and I'll come back. Well, I can't get back in the session to be honest anyway, so I don't know. No, that's it. I'm sorry, we're done. Alright, catch you later.